Don't be so modest. I'd say you deserve at least half the credit. It was you who tricked poor Emmett into breaking up with me. It was you who manipulated him into dropping my project in favor of this clear hazard to public safety.
The electrokinetic levitator was Emmett's idea. I just helped. What's your point?
Oh, I think you know exactly what my point is. Emmett's invention isn't going to work, is it? At least not the way poor Emmett thinks it is.
How do you know this?
I had a very interesting chat with Carl Sagan last night. I found out who Michael Corleone really is, and where he comes from.
Is there something you want to tell me, Michael?
Why don't you call him by his real name? Yakov Smirnov.
Thanks a lot, Doc.
An anarchist! A foreign agitator bent on sowing chaos and destruction in the Hill Valley Expo!
Annie, you don't believe any of this bullshit, do you?
Sorry, Yakov, but I really don't have a choice.
Very good. And now, arrest this subversive.
Come here. Look, here's the thing. I happen to believe this dame's got a screw loose, but she's been getting some clout in town ever since that business with Kid Tannen.
But Emmett's gotta fly that electrokinetic levitator at this demo. His whole future depends on it.
And my future depends on making sure he doesn't. The chief reads her column religiously. And, well, if I don't do what she says, she's gonna start a campaign to have certain tainted officers removed from the force.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Not unless you've got some dirt on Edna. Something that'll discredit her in the eyes of the law. Well?
I'll dig something up.
You do that. In the meantime, you and young Mr. Brown better, where is he anyway?
Wait, you haven't seen him?
Emmett? Has this foreign radical done something to my Emmett?
Maybe you should find him.
Oh, you're letting him go? This radical subversive? Just like that?
Okay, so I gotta find Emmett. And do something about Edna.
Oh.
Danny, can I talk to Edna for a minute?
Minutes.
What's this about?
What'd you do with Emmett, Edna?
What are you talking about? You're the one who's trying to ruin his life.
Believe it or not, I'm the one trying to save it.
From what?
From you, mostly. You really don't know where Emmett is?
I haven't the foggiest. If he's smart, he's run far away from whatever dangerous shenanigans you talked him into perpetrating today.
Shenanigans? Why are you still involved in Emmett's life? I thought you broke up with him.
I did, but then your friend Mr. Sagan told me about your scheme to interfere with our romance. Not a very nice thing to do, Comrade Smirnov.
You don't really think Emmett's gonna want you back after you crushed his heart and tried to stop his demonstration at the expo, do you?
Not at first, no. But eventually he'll realize I've got his best interests at heart, and he'll come running back to me like one of those dogs he loves so much.
But you hate dogs.
Yes, ironic, isn't it?
Why'd you go and get Emmett's invention sealed up like that?
I had no choice. Once Mr. Sagan told me about your attempts to radicalize my poor Emmett, I knew I had to stop him from going through with your dangerous invention.
But it's his invention, and it's not dangerous. Okay, maybe it's a little dangerous, but only to him.
That's for the authorities to decide.
Any chance you could talk Parker into letting Emmett go ahead with his demonstration?
None whatsoever. And as long as I'm here, that contraption of yours is grounded.
Why's Parker so willing to do your bidding?
Well, the good detective knows that he owes his current rise through the ranks to my reporting on his behalf.
Oh.
He also knows that I could just as easily pen an exposé about his previous nights of drunken debauchery and evidence tampering.
You're blackmailing him?
Reporters don't blackmail, Mr. Smirnov. We look out for the public interest.
Did you see? Trixie Trotter got her old job back.
Oh, I know! I tried to have it out with Arthur McFly, but he refuses to explain himself. Apparently, he discovered some sort of loophole that allows that Canadian to retain her position. Well, the Ladies' Decency Society shall hear about this. Make no mistake.
Have you seen Mr. Sagan around here anywhere?
No, and I wouldn't tell you if I had. He's more than a little scared of your anarchistic tendencies.
I know your deep, dark secret.
Secret? What secret?
Pretending like you wanted to put Kid Tannen away when all the time you were working for him.
Oh, how preposterous.
I know your deep, dark secret. Those charities you were working for, they were all just a front, so you could wriggle your way into those orphanages and...
And steal their piggy banks?
Right. I know your deep, dark secret. You're ruthless, manipulative, and power-hungry.
In the service of a higher cause, one sometimes has to stoop to low tactics. But I'm sure you already know that, Comrade Yakov.
I know your deep, dark secret. You know, what you were whispering about with Carl Sagan yesterday.
You overheard?
Sure I did. And you did a really lousy job at, burying the body.
Oh, you didn't hear a thing. What I was talking about with Carl Sagan is between me and Carl Sagan.
Okay, this is pointless. I've got to find Emmett.
Stay away from him, you anarchist hooligan. Well, speak. Comrade Smirnov, come to turn yourself in?
In private?
With pleasure.
You've got to let Emmett demonstrate his invention. His whole future depends on it.
Well, I'd love to, kid, but Miss Strickland thinks it's dangerous. And unless you've got something on her, her word is pretty much law.
Any idea where Emmett is?
Well, he was working over by his booth, but by the time Edna got done haranguing me, he was gone. I hope he comes back soon so we can get this mess cleared up.
What's a newly promoted detective like you doing hanging out at a science expo anyway?
Are you kidding me? This is a great assignment. I get to sit around all day playing with nifty new crime-fighting gadgets, like this.
What does that do?
Hell if I know.
Since when does anyone in Hill Valley listen to what Edna has to say?
Ever since she helped take down Kid Tannen, she's had the mayor and the city council eating out of her hand. I'd be an idiot to ignore her, especially with my, alcohol-heavy background. Boy, I wish I could catch her jaywalking or something. I'd throw the book at her. Yeah, but you never catch a dame like that breaking the law, darn it.
You know how you said you'd defy Edna if I could dig up some dirt on her?
Yeah? You got some?
She kidnapped a friend of mine and she tried to erase his brain.
That's terrible. Now, when did this happen?
In, the future.
Stick to the facts, kid. I have enough people come to me with cock and bull stories.
You know how you said you'd defy Edna if I could dig up some dirt on her?
Yeah? You got some?
She sent this goon to beat up my dad and steal his videotape.
That's awful. What's a videotape?
Never mind. You know how you said you'd defy Edna if I could dig up some dirt on her?
Yeah? You got some?
I saw her whispering about something with Carl Sagan outside the expo yesterday.
Do you know what they were whispering about?
No, but she looked really guilty.
I need something more solid than that, I'm afraid.
You haven't seen Carl Sagan around here, have you?
Nah.
Isn't he still a wanted man?
Nah. All those arson charges got dropped weeks ago. Judge Brown said there wasn't enough evidence for a trial.
Thanks. I'll be back.
Oh, I hope so. You gotta get this albatross off my neck.
Well, did you put the screws to him? Did he confess? Act casual.
The electro...
Amazing, isn't it? They say one day we'll be able to stun fleeing criminals by shocking them at a distance.
Does it work?
Nah, it's just a model.
The amazing inebrio...
Well, from what the boys in the lab tell me, someday we'll be able to tell whether people have been drinking just by breathing into a machine like this. Try it out.
I don't think so.
Now, can you please...
A potted plant? What?
A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement?
It's a bug.
No, a plant, but it's got a wire recorder hidden inside, see? If we could have got one of these into Tannen's speakeasy, and if he's the kind of guy who talks to plants, we could have busted him a lot earlier. Hey, don't walk off with the recording plant. It's the only one I got.
Are you ready for a picture? Wonder if that's anything like MTV.
That's Techni to you.
Right. Congratulations on getting the old job back.
Thanks. Justice triumphs in the end, you know? Now what can I do you for?
So, which exhibits do you recommend?
The most popular attractions are the Glass House, the Future Furnishings, and of course, Enlightenment Under the Sea. You know who that is under the diving helmet? That's Jacques Duteau himself. Of course, you need to get tickets if you want to see the main attractions.
How much are tickets?
Aw, put your money away. Here, you're kinda like family now, you know?
Thanks. You seen Emmett around? I'm kinda worried that he's not at his booth.
Let me think. Yeah, he wandered down that way a little while ago. He was talking real intense with another guy.
Older guy? Looked a lot like Emmett in the face?
Yeah, uncle or something?
Or something. Look, Emmett's demonstration has hit a snag or two. Can you delay his act for a while? Let someone else go before him?
Sorry, I don't set the roster and they won't let me change it. I can drag my feet a little, but if your friend's not ready to go on pretty soon, we might have to skip his act. Demonstration.
But you can't!
Hey, it's just a science demo. It ain't a matter of life and death.
What time is Emmett supposed to go on?
Let's see, 8 kilobeats past 50. We're on metric time here at the Hill Valley Expo.
Edna Strickland is trying to get Emmett's booth shut down.
That dame don't know how to mind her own business, does she?
Is there anything you can do to get Emmett's booth open again?
I wish there was, but I'm just a muse. All we can do is inspire people.
Okay, you're a muse. Can you inspire me an idea?
I'll try. Well?
Maybe it doesn't take effect right away. Artie told me how you managed to get your old job back.
He did? But it was supposed to be a secret.
There's no secrets between us. He couldn't resist telling such a good story.
Yeah?
Still, I'd like to hear it again, from your point of view.
He didn't tell you anything.
Come on, Trixie. I'm dying to know how you got the job back.
You won't hear it from me. I don't talk out of turn.
Thanks.
Happy to help.